Hello, you made it to the children's message for this week. Thanks for being here. I'm Pastor Nate. You probably know that by now, but I'm glad you took time to watch this video. We've got an extra special one for you today. We're going to be reading from the Jesus Storybook Bible again, and it's called Operation No More Tears. That's the name of the story. And it's this really interesting collection of stories from the book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah is one of the longest books of the Bible, and it's filled with all of these prophecies, these messages that Isaiah gets from God that he then delivers to God's people. And so what this story does is it kind of takes the greatest hits. It collects a whole bunch of them and puts them together into one story for us. So we're going to listen to that story now, and then be sure to stop back because the work time, I think you're going to really enjoy it this week. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Today's story is Operation No More Tears, and it's taken from a variety of places in Isaiah. Do you know what your name means? Well, there was once a man called Isaiah, and his name meant God to the rescue. That might sound like a bit of a funny name to you, but it was just the right name for Isaiah, because God had a special job for Isaiah. You see, Isaiah's job was to listen to God and then tell people what he heard. Now, God let Isaiah know a secret. God was going to mend his broken world. He showed Isaiah his secret rescue plan, Operation No More Tears. This is the message God gave Isaiah. It was like a letter God wrote to his children. Dear little flock, you are all wandering away from me, like sheep in an open field. You've always been away from me, and now you're lost. You can't find your way back, but I can't stop loving you. I will come to find you. So I am sending you a shepherd to look after you and love you, to carry you home to me. You've been stumbling around like people in a dark room, but into the darkness a bright light will shine. It will chase away all the shadows like sunshine. A little baby will be born, a royal son. His mommy will be a young girl who doesn't have a husband. His name will be Emmanuel, which means God has come to live with us. He is one of King David's children's children, the Prince of Peace. Yes, someone is going to come and rescue you, but he won't be who anyone expects. He will be a king, but he won't live in a palace, and he won't have lots of money. He will be poor, and he will be a servant. But this king will heal the whole world. He will be a hero. He will fight for his people and rescue them from their enemies, but he won't have big armies, and he won't fight with swords. He will make the blind see, and he will make the lame leap like deer. He will make everything the way it was always meant to be. But people will hate him, and they won't listen to him, and he will be like a lamb. He will suffer and die. It's the secret rescue plan we made from before the beginning of the world. It's the only way to get you back. But he won't stay dead. I will make him live again. And one day, when he comes back to rule forever, the mountains and the trees will dance and sing for joy. The earth will shout out loud. His fame will fill the whole earth as the waters cover the sea. Everything sad will come untrue. Even death is going to die. And he will wipe away every tear from every eye. Yes, the rescuer will come. Look for him. Watch for him. Wait for him. He will come. I promise. Poor Isaiah. He read God's letter over and over to God's people, but no one listened to him at all, ever. They didn't want to hear God's promise. They didn't believe it. Did it sound maybe too good to be true? A story that ends happily ever after? Well, it does sound like a fairy tale, doesn't it? And as anyone will quickly tell you, fairy tales aren't true. Or are they?
Hey everybody, it's time to write some thank you notes. Thank you, popcorn button on the microwave oven, for letting me know how to make microwave popcorn. If not for you, I honestly would have no idea how long that bag needs to cook for. It's true. It's really helpful. Use that microwave cooking button a lot. Use that button a lot. All right. Time for our next one. Thank you, Netflix, for always being so polite to ask if I really do want to watch a 7th straight episode of The Office. Just so you know, the answer is always yes. It's true. Gotta keep watching those Office episodes, you know? Gotta keep watching them. Here's another one. Thank you, high-tech sprinkler system, for all the ways that you help get my children outside and entertain them for 30 minutes with just the touch of a button. It's been really helpful. My rental house, I just press a button and then the sprinklers go on and the kids go outside. It's really awesome. Really wonderful. All right. Thank you to everyone who posts pictures of their puzzles and their Zoom calls on Facebook. Thank you for letting me know that right now your life is just as boring as mine is. It's true. It's good to know. Good to know I have company along the way. So my thank you notes are a little bit silly, aren't they? The letters, I'm not actually going to write a thank you note to the popcorn button on the microwave oven, but this is a little thing that Jimmy Fallon does sometimes, and I thought I could play along as well. Because in the reading that we heard from the Jesus Storybook Bible, God writes a letter. That's the way that they portray it. We call these prophecies, but the way that it's set up in the Jesus Storybook Bible, it's God writing a letter that then Isaiah read to God's people. And it's this really beautiful letter about God's plan, right? Operation No More Tears, it's called. And God is going to send Jesus to earth, and Jesus is going to put everything back together. That's the way. It's not going to be the type of king you might expect, but it's the type of king who can heal the sick and make the lame jump like deers, they say. And so I love the way that it's set up with God writing us this love letter about God's plan for everything that's going on. And it's a good reminder that all of that's still true. God has a plan for us, and God's going to come back someday to put everything back together and make it right again. And so it's this incredible gift that we've been given. And one of the things that my mother always taught me was that when someone gives you a gift, you should write a thank you note. So I wrote these silly thank you notes, but here's what I'm thinking can be our practice of the week. This week, write a thank you note to God. Thanking God for the different ways that you've been blessed, the different things that God has given you in your life. Make it exciting, make it artistic, use lots of colors, decorate it, maybe add some Bible verses. I bet God would like that, right? But take some time to write God a thank you note and to just be grateful for the different ways that God has worked in your life. I'm Pastor Nate. This has been The Children's Message. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, everybody.